That's Lee County's Gavin Smith, left-hander, Georgia Southern commit, the #2 left-hander in his class. Gavin, man, appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
So, the PBR scouts talk about just the mechanics and just how they're just so smooth and so repeatable. Tell me how much effort goes into just those mechanics and making that look so smooth and easy.
It's always been like that for me. I just work on it.
What's the kind of the things that when you know things are working for you mechanically, like what does it feel like? How do you know things are right?
It just feels smooth to me.
If you're not having your normal day, right, and things aren't right, how do you know and how do you get it back on track?
I just try to stay closed, because a lot of times if I'm struggling, I'm flying open and the ball's rising out, so I just try to stay closed.
I know they also talk about the curveball. Tell me how you've kind of learned to be able to throw that pitch in any count you want.
Well, I just try to keep the same arm angles my fastball and just do the same mechanics my fastball and then just snap it off.
How do you kind of build that, I guess, confidence in the pitch over time?
Well, I just try to attack the batter, and if I get ahead or if I get behind, I just try to work to the next pitch, get ahead.
Do you have a favorite count that you throw? I mean, obviously you love to have that kind of an out pitch, but do you have a count when you're like, they may not expect it here, but I like to throw it here?
Yes, sir. When I have like at least 2 strikes, I'll go with that 2 seam, try to ride it out off the plate, a lot of missing barrels.
You were part of the Georgia Future Games team this last summer, just an absolutely stacked roster. I'm interested to know, like, from a confidence level, when you are performing with those guys, some of them you knew and never played against before, but when you're playing with them and then going against guys from all over the country, what does that do for a player?
Well, I was a little nervous at first, but once I got up there, I started getting a little more confident. It was a little nervous having the scouts behind me, but work through it.
For a player who may be watching who can't really grasp what that's like, I mean, it's crazy, right? I mean, because you're on the mound and there are scouts everywhere. I mean, from a player's perspective, how do you kind of stay within yourself in that environment?
I just stay in my zone. I just keep my little tunnel vision to the home plate and try to just block out the background.
So Georgia Southern, the destination for you. Tell me about the process of one, getting on their radar, and then 2, knowing that was a spot for you.
So they started talking to me after the Future Games, I believe, and they asked me to come down for a visit, and I went down there. I just loved everything, the campus, the coaches, players greeting me. It was just a good place. What
have they talked to you about in terms of things that they want to see improve before you reach campus?
Velo, get my velo up a little bit, and then work that change up a little bit more, get a little more confident with that.
So what's the process then to up the velo? Is it lower half strength,
yes,
or how
sir.
do you?
Just working on my legs.
That's the key, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I want to see it emotionally, but I'm going to get you a ball and have you show us your grip. Sound good?
Yes, sir. All right, so I got my 4 seam right here, and then I'll go to this 2 seam if I have like 0-2, 1-2 to a right-handed batter to get off the plate, arm side tail. Then I got my change up. I'll throw this to keep batters off out front, and then curveball. Throw this to right-handers, and I'll throw it to lefties.
Gavin, man, great stuff. I appreciate it. If you're not already, make sure you follow LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube for so much more happening here on campus.